in Libya and moved to the Netherlands in 2012. And he works as a subsurface data analyst. He's married to Samar, who's an HR consultant. And they have 2 children, a boy, Farouk, 8 years old, and a girl, Amira, 4 years old. And he loves fishing, football, and food. So we start with the first speech, which is entitled Time Map Pinning. Helmi.
Thank you, Paul. Hello, everyone. Well, as we say in Arabic, Assalamu alaikum. It's a way of greeting. When I was asked to give my icebreaker, I didn't know where to start from. Paul sent me a document which I scanned through, picked up a few points out of it, Googled a little bit, a couple of articles here and there, read about it, and then went to YouTube. I watched a few videos. What I noticed is that most of the, at least videos that I watched, people have a story to tell. And normally it's from something that they experience throughout their life. And they construct their speech around it. And I thought, yeah, it's easy. 43 years old, been through a lot so far. Traveled around for a bit. I lived in UK, I lived here, I lived in Australia, so I could come with something. And I sat down, late night in my home, started to think about a story. In about 15 minutes or so, I wasn't able to remember anything. It was a bit shocking. All that, and I don't remember anything. And I thought the best way to do this is probably to write things down. Brought up a piece of paper, I call it Time Map, which is half of my title. And I thought start with my childhood. I started to kind of dig deeper in my memory. And I remembered an incident happened to me around, probably I was 10 years or 11 years, when I attempted a fly off a cliff in front of my family's house on my bicycle wearing a Superman cape, thinking that Superman can be even stronger with a bicycle. Smashed down, hurt myself. 2 or 3 weeks I wasn't even able to wear anything on my upper body, blisters all over. And I thought, well, how couldn't I remember this? Why for a second it blacked out on my memory? And I thought, well, that's intriguing. Let's just move forward time-wise. And I thought about my high school time. High school is a fantastic time. It's experiencing everything. And I remember 2 events. One is academic, actually, achievements, where I got my highest marks in physics and in math, which promoted me eventually to go to university and study physics. The second one was sport. Within the school, with my class, we won a 5-a-side football tournament, and I was the captain. And we actually went on and we played regionally and we came second. It was a wonderful experience because I started to remember this. This got me more thinking about my memories. So I went on time-wise, started to bring a lot of memories onto my brain. So kind of, if you imagine bringing out a piece of cloth wet and squeezing it, pouring all that water. This is what I was exactly doing with my brain, trying to remember all that. And I started to remember my graduation day, my first day at university, exciting, meeting new people, different. And I thought about one incident or one situation which was funny. A friend of mine and I, he was in the chemistry department, I was in physics, studying at late night in Benghazi, very hot summer day. And he asked me, what time is the exam tomorrow? And I said, I don't know. I said, well, we have to go to the college and find out. The college is within a walking distance from where we lived. And before we went out of our rooms, he challenged me. He said, how about we do this stripped off? So we took off our clothes. We walked all the way midnight. So supposedly everybody's asleep. We went all the way to the college. We looked at the billboard, found out the time, and we ran back because we thought security could see us. And we laughed about it, and I was again thinking about why wasn't I able to remember this? And moved on. I said, well, every time I remember one situation, I put it down my time map. My time map by that time became 2 or 3 pages of paper, and I pinned every single thing I remember. Moved on. Then started to come a lot of other memories. My graduation, my folks were there and witnessing my thesis. Then I went to UK. I lived there for 5 years about. I lived in Oxford, I lived in London, and I was accepted to Durham University. I studied there. And when I was accepted, that was a big thing because apparently, maybe Jason, you can tell me, but apparently Durham University is one of the top 5 in UK, especially in geoscience. And it was a big thing to be accepted. Why wasn't I able to remember this? Why did I have to dig down deep in my memory? And I thought, well, that's fun. Let's just keep on going and start to remember more and more. Then things came after I finished my university in the UK. Went back home, I remembered that I started my own business first before I joined oil sector. I became an IT instructor for a while. That was fantastic thing, and it was adventurous. Because everything, I managed my own business for 5 years, and then moved on. I started to remember other things. My first day, when I met my wife, and then we got married, was by accident. It was total accident. When I got a job with Shell in Libya, it was extremely over the moon. This major oil exploration company accepted my application. I was starting with them. When I moved here, when I got my first kid, my marriage, I could remember that. I could remember the details unless I put them down on my time map and pin every single event. By that time, at that night, my time map I think became like a zigzag on a big table. And after I did all that, I thought, why didn't I remember all that? And I came up with one thing, is that I did not pin those. I did not enjoy the moment. I did not treasure that moment. Because that moment, if you treasure it, it could well be your fuel for your next target, to push you for your next target because of that feeling. My name is Helmi. I come from a north city, little city called Tobruk. Thank you for listening to me, and treasure your events.